A lot of us procrastinate this whole getting right with God thing and say, okay, I know I've been bad, I know I do some things that are bad, but when I stop this thing, I would do so and so. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lade. If this is your first time on my channel, you're very much welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome again. Today's video is going to be a Faith Friday video, as you can see from the title. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about getting right with God, getting back with God, getting back to God. For you to get to the point where you're thinking that you would want to or you like to get back with God, get right with God, then you have identified the problem. Once you identify the problem, it's time to find a solution. So you spend more time on trying to get a solution than emphasizing on what the problem is. Once you found out that, okay, there's a nudge in my spirit, or I feel like I need to get back to God, the next thing for you to start to doing is finding out, how can you get this done? What can you do about it? Stop procrastinating and stop intentionally distracting yourself, because sometimes, because our Bible app is on our phone, or we want to listen to a message on YouTube, we pick up our phone and something is trending on Instagram or social media and we're distracted. So once we identify the problem, let's focus on finding a solution and then leave out distractions and procrastination. You see guys, as I'm filming this video, I'm talking to myself. A lot of us procrastinate this whole getting right with God thing and say, okay, I know I've been bad, I know I do some things that are bad, but when I stop this thing, I would do so and so. Maybe I've been cheating on my spouse. When I stop cheating, then I'll get right with God. Fill in the blank. When I stop doing this, that's when I'll get right with God. That's procrastinating. Now, we cannot of our own selves get right with God. If you want to wait for when you stop doing something and start doing something, then you might never get right with God. It's our faith in God that helps us to get right with God. Getting right with God is not a function of what you can or cannot do. You know, there's a popular saying, even among unbelievers, that faith without works is dead. A lot of people that are not believers tend to even advise believers when you're believing for something, when you're having faith towards something, and they say, oh, faith without works is dead, so get up and study if you want to pass your exam. That's actually found in James chapter 2 and verse 14. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? The way to get right with God is by faith, through our faith. The good news is that God is a loving God and He's always there. We just need to be the one to want to reach out, want to know Him. Our faith is what makes us right with God. And of course, it's not just by saying you have faith, you actually have to have faith. And faith comes by hearing the word of God. So some of the things you can do to get right with God is just listening to sermons. Go on YouTube. If you're clueless, just Google sermons about faith, sermons about getting right with God. If you don't know where to open in the Bible, just Google it. Bible verses or Bible chapters about faith, Bible stories about getting right with God, and start to immerse yourself in that atmosphere. Be mindful of the kind of music that you hear, the kind of videos that you watch, where you expose your mind to. Those things are also important. So but once you find out that there's a nudge and I'm trying to get right with God, just close in on receiving the word, because I said that our faith is what helps us get right to God. And how do we get faith? Faith comes by hearing the word of God. So make sure that you surround yourself with an atmosphere full of faith. Play messages you may or may not be paying attention when you're doing dishes, when you're cleaning the house. Play gospel songs to just set you in that right mood, and sooner or later your desires will begin to align to the will of God, your actions will begin to align to the will of God. And yeah, that's how to get right with God. If you don't intentionally seek God, you cannot find him. You know what? Your seeking is just having that desire. He does the seeking. In Luke chapter 19 verse 10, it says, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." That's what he came to do. Who's the Son of Man? Jesus. If your faith is backed up by works, then of course there will be fruits. You don't do work to get salvation. Philippians 2:12 says to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. So you already have salvation. I'm assuming that people that are watching this video now and want to get right with God, you already have a relationship with God. You're already saved. So you're working out your salvation. That means you're working hard to show the results of your salvation. It's not, nobody said it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Philippians chapter 2 verse 12 and verse 13. "Therefore, my dear friends, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but now much more in my absence." The B part says, "Continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling." 13, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his good purpose." Another version says, "For it is God who works in you to will and to do of his good pleasure." To will and to do, to will and to do. You want to get right with God, that is a will, like you're willing, you're hoping. It is also God that helps you to do it. So you have to recognize that God's the one that does it. He's the one that's going to help you do it. If you understand that, it won't be so ambiguous, so difficult, so overwhelming for you. He's the one that gives you the ability to will. Lord, I want to know you. Then to do, I want to learn your word. I want to read the Bible. I want to listen to you more. So that is the ability to do. It starts from your desires, then your action. To will and to do. Your desires. What are you willing? What are you thinking in your mind? What are your intentions? And then your actions. What are you doing? Check your desires and check your following actions. So you need to believe by faith that God will get you right back with him. Remember that God's love for you is not dependent on what you do. It's not dependent on how you act. God's love for you is dependent on only one thing: the love he has for his son Jesus Christ. So if you're watching this video today and you're not saved, you don't have a relationship with God, here's my invitation for you to know God. I'll have the prayer of salvation at the end of this video. If you have not given your life to Christ, please go ahead and say that prayer with your whole heart, believing that from now on you have a chance to get right with God. If you say that prayer, find a Bible-based believing church around you and go to get the word. Also, continue watching Faith Friday. Faith comes by hearing the word of God. The next episode of Faith Friday will be about faith. What is faith and how can I get faith? That's all I have on today's Faith Friday. Is the 29th episode and we're back again every Friday on this channel. My name is Lade. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and thumbs up this video for more interesting videos. Until next time, don't forget to be the best version of you.